Hey Shay, I'm just kind of testing this out. I was trying to see if I had, let's see. Oh, no, it's not going to make it any better. So I was just coming on here to kind of test out the live. I love you. Did you finish your other video? Pretty, huh? Very, very cold. I love you more. Time ago. There we go. I wanted to get a whole bunch of those. I won that I love you more. Don't you remember? Come on, get a big one. Alright, well, like I said, I wanted to come on and see if I could get the flash to for you guys, but it's just doesn't pick up very good. So I'm not gonna keep it. Just kind of playing around with it. And I was sitting inside, of course, then you see all the big waves come over and start crashing, and then I didn't even put my jacket on to come out here, and it's freezing to try to get out here to get some of them. Ooh, there's one. Alright, so that was it. I was just coming on for that. I will show you. Hold on one sec. Of course, it's always better in person. You can't even get what it truly looks like out here, because even in the dark I can see what it looks like. But isn't this pretty? Just very relaxing, a nice fireplace. And I was actually going to sit and do a little bit of yin yoga and do some stretching. I did some this morning, and what I've been noticing with my just detoxing and stuff like that is that my body is really trying to heal, and so I've been extra tired lately, and then my thyroid's waking up again because I'm starting to sweat and I feel the warmth throughout my body. And so I've been giving myself just extra time to meditate and to rest, because normally I don't sleep that much, but I've been getting at least 8 hours, and then maybe a short 20-minute nap in. And just a fireplace is beautiful. I'm not here like for the whole night. I'm just here for a little bit. But I wanted to show you guys because, I have the ocean outside just crashing up, and I had my guacamole and then a beautiful fireplace. And just, this is just a blessing to have this time to sit down and relax. And then Shay, to have you on here, which I'm thinking you are supposed to be in bed because you have school tomorrow, young lady. What are you doing up? Shay Anna, you need more sleep than that, especially as kids, honey. You need to get your sleep. Make sure that you're going to be growing and healing your body and stuff like that. That's the time when our bodies start to heal, is when we sleep. And I know you tell mommy know a lot, or mom know a lot, but I do know some things, and the stuff's important. So try to get more sleep, because you want to do it during the nighttime and then wake up early in the morning whenever possible. That the other day when I was out by the stream, I got up kind of early, and I had pineapple the night before, and it was actually pulling. There was a pulling going on, and I was in the last video I was talking about how the kidneys start working, but it's all about the lymphatic system really working, and it's our kidneys that excrete the stuff out of our bodies, and then our skin is like the biggest organ of our body, and if it's not sweating, we're not getting rid of that. And so we want to do everything we can to support ourselves and to be able to heal. And rest is vital. Rest, and then plenty of exercise and the good food, you know. And I know fruit has gotten a bad rap, but fruit is like the highest energy food source on the planet, and it is energy just like we are, and so we actually want that. And it's a simple sugar, not complex, and so our body actually uses it as fuel, and it's very good for us. So that's why I tell people to go out and research for themselves, to question everything, and then to find others and to look at what they're experiencing. And when I went on this journey, 2 other people right off the bat were sent to me who were using Dr. Morris's diet, his detoxing and his fasting, and learned his information, and we're growing from that. And it's not about following someone, it's just learning from them and then continuing to grow from there, knowing that that's not the only way. We all are different, and some people are in different places, and you need something else, and we can continue to grow from there. And that's one thing I was going to talk about in the last video, is that since we're all in different places, we have to trust ourselves and just be okay with where we're at right now, and be open to changing and to be questioning things and stuff like that. So what was that, Shay? I think I can turn this around. I'm kind of windblown from being outside. What were you saying, Shay? I'm not going to stay on here too long because, yeah, I know it's getting late. And how is everyone? Everyone is doing good. Yeah, everyone's doing pretty good. We had the celebration of life yesterday, and that went well. As you know, it can be really hard for some people, and so there were different people there, and I got to practice my self-regulation and just yeah, being in the heart space and not allowing others any judgments or anything like that to affect me, and then also just putting forth the effort to break the ice and to try to be that change I want to see in the world. And so breaking the habit of being myself, being shy, or anything like that, or fearing that other people feel a certain way. So I just was really trying to be there for others who needed that extra support. And the celebration of life was for Jim's aunt, who was really there for us and has supported us throughout this entire thing and believes us and in us, her and her still living husband, Ron. Just, yeah, very sweet. So it was nice to be there and laugh out loud. Bless you, child. What are you talking about, Shay? You're so funny. For some reason, like, there's a few different things that I want to go into, and I think I will probably just go into it in another video, but just some thoughts that came up about, self-regulating and being around others and stuff like that, and just, yeah, being that light for others. I sneezed, so I thought it would be funny. That's funny. Bless you, child, Shay. How's everyone there? Is everyone doing okay? Did you like all the pictures I sent you? Good? Good. Everyone feeling okay? No one's sick right now? You're just sneezing just to sneeze? I have a question for you, Shay, since you're on before you go to bed. When I'm looking where I'm looking on the camera, can you see, like, does it look like I'm looking straight into the camera? Because I'm looking kind of right where the camera thing is, way over on the side. So where does it look like my eyes are looking? At you? Directly? Laugh out loud. I think there's a lag in this. Yeah, so it looks like I'm looking at you? Okay, good, good. Well, I'm going to put you to bed and give you a kiss. Good night. Mwah. And I hope you get plenty of sleep. And thanks for coming on for my tester. I really was hoping I would get some better waves, and I saw that there might be a way to turn the flash on, but it just showed the water in the air, and so it messed up the picture. Yeah. So get some sleep, and then, yeah, don't be up tonight. I love you. Talk to you soon, okay? Love you. Bye. I'm going to let you get off first. Yep. I still see you on there. I'm waiting. No, I think you first. That way I know you're heading to bed. Are you in bed right now? Okay, I'll go first. I love you, and I will be on again. Not tonight, unless I'm testing, and then, yeah, I will expect you not to come on, so, because I know you're tucked into bed and dreaming sweet dreams, right? Okay. I'll let you look at the fire real fast before. There we go. There's the fire. I'll get out of the way. There's the fire. Wish you were here staying warm. My arm's kind of in the way. All right, Shay. Talk to you later. Love you. And I see there's someone else on. I'm not sure if that's you, Cindy. I love you too. So, and if it's someone else, I love you, and I thank you for watching. So I was just coming on to test to see if I could get some better waves outside, and trying to work with the live video to see if oh, okay. New Nations Unity. Oh, hi. I was just seeing, I wanted to share the coast with everyone. And Cindy's my sister, and so she watches some of my videos, and my daughter's on. That's the other one who's on right now. So, yeah. This video I probably won't even keep, because I was just testing it out. So, hi, Judy. I'm glad you're here. Have you been following for a while? I like your name. New Nations Unity. Me too. That's a cool name. I've got my own issues. Gotcha. Yeah, we all do, for sure. Well, I'm glad you're here. I hope that I give you some kind of inspiration and some help with some of whatever you're going through. And know that you're not alone. You know, we're all in this together. A frown and a smile, Shay. I love you. And you need to head to bed. So, New Nation Unity, thank you again for coming. If there's any thing that I can share with you or help with, you can comment. You can comment after the video, and maybe I can just share some resources with you. And I don't sleep. I didn't say you're. Oh, there's another one. Hannibal Santos, Brazil. Oh, cool. All the way from Brazil. Cool. Well, thank you for coming on. It's nice to see some people who are on my channel, actually, and that's why I wanted to also start doing some testing for some live videos so that I can just test out what is available and stuff like that, and be able to make my videos better as I go. So welcome, and thank you for coming. Like I said, if you guys start commenting on some videos, I can try to. Bye, honey. I love you. Love you more. Night, sweetie. Get some sleep. But I can try to go into some different topics or share some resources, anything like that. I'm just really just sharing my experiences and my walk, and also continuing to live as I am dealing with my own issues, and yeah, trying to be that change I want to see in the world. So that is what I'm doing, and learning more and more about who I am and who everyone is. So I thank you guys for coming, and yeah, like I said, this video was just a test, and it's cool to see what I've been on other people's channels, and there's like hundreds of people on, sometimes thousands of people on, and it's really cool to see that. Thank you, New Nations Unity. Yes, you stay strong too. We yeah, we're all in this together. You're not alone. So know that you have a purpose, and that is what I'm looking for. I keep asking for my path to be lit up, and it seems like each time I trust more and I take action in ways, whether that's just going inside and meditating, or eating healthier, or getting better sleep, all these things combined of trying to clean myself out and get to a healthier place, that more doors start to open. And I don't have this whole thing figured out, but I think that most people don't. And so we all have a unique path to be on. And yeah, you have whatever you're going through, those issues are going to help you in helping yourself and being the answer to what you're seeking, and then also to help others, because this really is about all of us together. Because when we heal ourselves, then it heals the collective and all of us as one. So energy, all of us are energy, so the butterfly effect goes out, and that's why we got to start from within. So I don't know if you have anything related to the CPS stuff, or if it's some other type of issue. There's so many different challenges and trials out there. A lot of corruption. Yeah, there's so much out there. Not lately. It was CPS. Yeah. That's how my whole awakening started, was CPS coming. Like before that, I had little glimpses. Let's see. Wow, big stuff. Okay. Well, wow. Yep, I've learned about that kind of stuff, organ harvesting and stuff like that. So I'm your daughter. Well, what I've been trying to do, the name, New Nations Unity, I've been really focusing on myself because each one of us, seriously, as we go within and we heal, we change the energy around us, and things start to open up when we begin to understand what's going on. And some of the stuff I don't think we will understand until our next life, or whatever you believe in. For me, I believe that we are eternal souls, that we never die, and that, yeah, I have 2 grandchildren to raise. I'm 58 now. Yeah, my mother-in-law and father-in-law are raising our 2 boys that were taken due to CPS and false allegations, and we were set up by a family member, and lots of stuff happened. Past stuff was used 30 years ago, and then the lies were based off of that, and pretty big stuff. And then yeah, so that's where this has led me from that. Yeah, CPS has destroyed many, many people's lives, and the way I look at it now, because I was angry before and I thought, judgment and stuff and all this stuff is coming and karma, or however you want to say it. Now I'm at that place where I'm focusing on my heart. It's taken me a long time to get here, but I now know that they are just unconscious beings, and we can feed the dark in us or the light, and it doesn't justify any type of injustices that happen in this life, things that happen to anyone or anything like that. But there's a lot more going on than meets the eye, and when we go inside to do this internal work, we change the world. And I don't know if you follow some other people out there. Let's see. I'm so sorry. I'm not sure what you're doing to deal with all of this, but this, like, I have 5 kids and I don't have any of them, and I felt like everything that I ever had and wanted, and just my heart was broken, and I didn't know if I was going to be able to move on and go on if I had a reason. And I have then since been seeking, asking, knocking, and just looking for answers and following the guidance from Source, from the Creator of all things, however you call upon that. 2 are still with me. My youngest son, who is 28, and my youngest daughter, who is 21. So I'm glad that you have some loved ones with you. Keep on keeping on and look for answers. You will be led to information that will help you to grow. You will. Even if we connect with one, if my videos reach one person, that's what I care about, And my daughter has been able to connect with me, my youngest daughter, and she's the one I was talking to in this video and some of the other ones. And that's what this is about. It's about connecting and knowing that we're not alone, and then sharing resources. But not only that, knowing that we have a clear connection with the divine, with Source, with the energy. I don't know what you believe in, but for me, I just say Source, or you can say God. There is something greater than us, and we are a part of that, and it's all around us and within us. And so we just have to be able to tap into that light and love, because that's where the portal, the freedom is, the gateway to to getting out of this dense reality and learning what we came here to learn, and being able to rise above it, or ascend, or evolve, however you can see it, to heal And I believe we go to a better place. We go to the next place, and this place is preparing us for that. And so, Justice Warrior. Yeah. I used to say I'm fighting for things, and I started to change to, like, I feel like we're all warriors for sure, but I don't want to fight anymore. I want to do this in a place of love and standing in unity and in a place of consciousness, so that those lower vibrational frequencies, energies are no longer coming into my field, because we attract what we put off. And that's how energy, what I'm learning, how energy works. And there's different languages that this universe uses. And so when we start to learn the laws that are going on, yeah, there's very dark energies all around, and some people who do very bad things. So I would say keep seeking and looking within and asking for guidance. Give permission to your guides, to source, to your higher self to help you. And this is about free will, so you want to make sure that you give permission for them to intercede in your life on your behalf in the way that, they see fit. And when you give that permission, you open yourself up. Not only that, just focusing on the energy that's around the field. When you actually focus on it, what you focus on grows. So I'd say continue to focus on that which you want to grow, and the things that you don't want. Once you get out of that vibration, the low vibrations, they can't touch you anymore, and you can alchemize where you're at and change things. And I know I'm speaking and it sounds easy and everything, but this is how I'm taking each day, and each moment is starting at just looking at what I'm grateful for. That's what's helping me to tap into, and this is what I talked about in my videos yesterday, is really, I want to be happy and joyful. But when you have all this stuff going on around, it's like, how do you do that? I fight dragons in court, right? Yeah, I know. And I don't have the answers to all of this. I mean, there's affidavits, there's all these different types of things that we can do, but I think this is it's deeper. This is a spiritual, if you want to call it, battle that's going on, and it's also tests and challenges that help us to get to new places. And there's things that happen that I can't explain why those things happen along the way, but everything can, in the big scheme of things, help us to do what we need to do. Whether it's maybe there were contracts made before we came to this life, or we chose certain things to help us get to this place so that we can help others later. I mean, there's all different types of thoughts on this out there, and I just keep myself open to different ways of thinking about things and changing my perspective, and broadening it so that I can get new insights and try to walk in a different way. Because the ancients talked about how this energy around us works. And when you look at people and what they've been through, when they open up their hearts and they begin to become one with everything, things start to change in their lives. And I think of the story of Job in scriptures. I was a devout Christian for many years, and I still have belief in there is something greater, and we are a part of that. But the story of Job, if you've ever heard about it, everything was completely restored, and everything that happened really made him a stronger individual. And it doesn't make it any easier, though, especially when it's our kids and stuff like that. I understand. Like I said, I'm glad you're here. I hope that, just connecting is helpful to you, and just never give up. Don't worry. Yeah. having no doubt and not worrying, and then the fear, having that gone. And then I think it's moving into a heart space and being able to look at things in a different way that brings us out of this 3D, very dense world that, this dimension, because there's many dimensions many people speak about, and you start to see things really change. And the people that are out there that were touching you before and doing things, they will be blocked, and things will begin to unfold and come together. I continue to trust and believe in this for my own family, and I've been connected with so many people. My friend from high school who does the Reiki and just the breathing exercises, getting out of that survival mode and really activating the parasympathetic nervous system is huge. I've noticed so much in my life change from just doing this. And then for me, my health and my diet and stuff is beginning to open up my energy centers in my body, and I have a lot of brown around my pupils, and just I feel like blockages getting in the way of my individual connection with my higher self. And so I am doing some action steps to get to a better place for myself. So hopefully some of the things that I share and others share, that you're being led to, will help you in your stance for what you're going through. Because like I said, affidavits and all this paperwork and stuff, it's just seems like a never ending battle. It's almost like it just keeps going and going. And so that's when I start talking about I want to be energy changing matter instead of matter changing matter. And Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about that. Bruce Lipton. Not good at being a lawyer. Yeah. Well, you probably, if you're going down that path, you probably know Kirk's Law Corner, maybe Facebook, David Jose. There's the, what is it, LLC, the E-Clause LLC has some really good information. Okay, so on YouTube, you can go to those. So there's the E-Clause LLC. They do different just videos on helping people to navigate the system in a common law way, being who we are as sovereign beings. And I believe we're multidimensional beings. And then there's Kirk's Law Corner, and he comes on. And then there's Malika Dulce. She's on Facebook. And then David Jose. And there is Punished for Protecting, Francesca. She is also on. And Kenneth Little, he's on Facebook. And then they're trying to remember the other person's name. Anyways, these people are very, very informative if you're going down that road. And I think she doesn't answer her messages. If you're on Facebook, she will respond to them, depending. There's a lot of trolls out there. So, yeah. I would try to connect just on Facebook when she's on lives or stuff like that. And then if you're on multiple ones, she has a lot of information. Also, just going to their file section and getting information. Like I said, that's a way of doing things. It's more matter changing matter, which does make a difference. This is, for me, I'm taking it to the next level and trying to be more connected and rising above this in a different way that I'm being led to do, which doesn't mean it's more right than anyone else, or that I'm not going to use some of the paperwork and the knowledge. But I've been led kind of in a different place. Like, my purpose is related to us connecting as one and remembering who we are as these eternal beings, these infinite souls having these human experiences and being multidimensional and having different purposes that we can become aware of, each one of us, it's tapping into that. And it's hard when we're in these low vibrations and we're going through these things, because it distracts us and it keeps us away from our purpose. And we can only get there when we raise up and start to seek, and we connect more. Like, that's why getting out in nature and just doing those simple things is important. Each one of us can do that. And yeah, just working on opening the heart. Yeah, British Columbia is there. You know what? It's everywhere. And that's what I mean, is there's different dimensions. And so you can be in corruption, but you can learn to go above that. And I was reading your thing. I said grow. I grow walnut trees. That's awesome. Yeah, cool. Well, I think there's multiple ways to do things, and all of us will end up back to source in the end. Or there's no end, but you know what I mean. Like, as we're journeying, we will all connect. And I think there's so much information that's been lost, and so we stay in these low vibrations, and it's really hard for us to get to that place in our purpose, and we're distracted. And so it's quieting that chatter and really taking time out to center. And for me, yoga and stuff helps me, because it shows me I want to be so much further ahead right now. And when I'm in these poses, I realize that, geez, I have to be okay with where I am. Nothing moves except you. My daughter is dying. I missed that last part, and I don't know how to get back to it. Well, on life and death, I'm not an expert on anything, and I've never had like an out-of-body experience myself. I believe, though, from what I see and what I'm feeling, and with connection with others who are further along in the path so far, that there's definitely, our lives never die. We never die. Our souls live on. And there is a purpose to all of this, way greater than what our finite minds can see. And when that veil is lifted between our world and the next, those answers start to come to us. And it's about raising and expanding our consciousness, I believe, and opening our hearts is that bridge. So some music I love is Paul Isaac on YouTube, Tubby Love, Nako Bear, yeah, Medicine for the People. Music is just, it really helps. And there's a new one. I've been listening to Healthy Hurts music, and Mei-Lan, I think is her name, MEI and then dash LAN. I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. She has this beautiful angelic music, and she just goes through different meditations that can really help also to get you to a place where it's a healing state, and it's a place where you're able to have more clarity and connection. So I hope that these things are helpful for you. And like I said, it's cool to see. There's just a couple people on, and I am getting to a place and I've been thinking about things a lot lately, to where I just want to be sharing my story, and then whoever needs that connection, if I can help just to inspire and help someone. My daughter dying in the house taught me that, of course, inspiration. Nothing moves except you. I don't know if I fully, sorry, I was trying to read it really fast. Yeah, there's been so many experiences from people of what happens when we die, and people who have passed over, they say, and then come back. And I believe the people are here. There's another guy, Mark, what's his, Bursky or something like that, and he does crystal work on YouTube. I'll have to leave a description if I leave this video on. He just did a video on like kind of life after death, but it was about angels and guides and different things like that. And different people have different beliefs on things, but I think like firsthand experience is definitely the best. And then just being able to look back and see what the ancients have told us. And there's no accidents in life, I believe, and I don't know exactly why everything happens, but everything can work together for our good and the good of others, despite how terrible and traumatic and how much suffering there is. We can, as we pull together, we can rise above that. And you probably have a lot more to share. 58 and just the experiences that you've had. I'm just going off of what I've gone through in losing my 5 offspring. She was 22 when she died. Poof, and she was gone, and nothing moved except her. Well, life continues on, and we're all still here. Oh, you're welcome, Stephanie. Thanks for being here. I think that she is still with you, and you're still here for a reason, and you have a greater purpose. You do. I think that our belief in what this world is about, and as we observe and we look around, I think that there's proof that there is so much more than meets the eye. And this is going to do something. Just even us talking right now, this can help others if someone else has a similar experience and you connect with them. You guys can end up helping each other, and who knows, all kinds of interactions and experiences happen in this life. And so just look for those. And when we're distracted and low vibrations, we oftentimes miss these messages. Myself too. If I am not conscious all the time, then I may miss something. And it could be an animal just right there. Like the other day we were driving and there was a brown cow on the side of the road up a highway where there should not be any cows. And I looked up like spirit guides and what brown cows were about, and it was exactly what my friend who did the Reiki with me was talking to me about. And rebirthing and just nurturing myself, taking care of myself, and not worrying about everyone else, because I feel like I can't fully get everything together that I need to get together, and I'm wanting things so badly to restore my family, but I'm being pulled in all these directions, and I feel like I'm maybe missing those stepping stones that are being lit up in front of me. And what I felt, and she confirmed, is that I really did need to take more time to connect with nature again, do it continually, and to not worry about everyone else, but maybe take a break for a little bit, despite it may looking a certain way to other people, but getting aligned and just nurturing myself. We all need to do this, to take that time, because it starts with us. People tell me that spring is coming, lots of yard work. My mother-in-law does a huge amount of yard work, and her sister, who just passed recently, let's see, it's because of the corruption of the CPS system I became a family activist to help families dealing with CPS. Well, thank you, Stephanie. We need as many people out there speaking as possible and being there for others. It's so, so important. And what I was saying about the celebration of life the other day, her sister, my mother-in-law's sister, that's what she did, is she did a lot of gardening. And so when we're going through this and we're being activists, or we are helping others, sharing information, inspiration, encouragement, whatever it is, know that we have that purpose, and that we need to be taking care of ourselves first, though, because if we're not, we don't have that resuscitation mask on. That was one of the first things and the biggest things in my counseling program that stuck out to me when I got my master's degree. And it was take care of yourself first so that you can take care of others. And there's different paths that we walk on, and everyone has a role to play in this. So there's some people very good at the material side and doing the paperwork and going down that path, and then there's other people who are doing it a different way. It's because of corruption. Let's see, I work on a foundation. Yeah. So are you talking about a foundation of setting a firm foundation for yourself? This is my grandson. Oh, okay. Andre's story. So the foundation that you're working on, you're talking about a nonprofit. Okay. I wasn't sure if you were going like you're working on setting a strong foundation for yourself, because like in taking care of ourselves, that's what we have to do, is set a strong foundation so that we're not, tossed around, or we don't crumble during these difficult times. And that's where I feel like this self-regulation and really getting back to our ancient roots is important, is, helping us there. So I would say the resources, I have some on my page. Yes, thank you for sharing the story, for sure. Yeah, I think that our ancient ways, going back to that, our roots is important. And then there's resources all over. I don't share as much of that right now because he's with me now. Oh, okay. Well, hello. I'm glad you guys are all there. But I don't share as much of that right now just because my path is taking me a different way. But that information, I believe, is still very, very important. And I have affidavits. I have just a ton of things that I have. And habeas corpuses, all those things. I just felt like I was being tossed around too much, and that my path was calling me to do some other things. Oh, he's in your care. Oh, okay. 2. Okay. 9. Well, bless you for taking care of them. And I've had different relationships with my mother-in-law and father-in-law, and it was really hard at first. And being the mom coming in and then being taken out of their life, but then being looked at as though I was a so-called, let's say, criminal or unfit or stuff like that, has been really hard. They've been very supportive, but there's still things where it's upside down and backwards, and it shouldn't be. It should just be me calling the shots and what I believe for my kids should be, and of course they should be with me. And if there's some type of allegation, it should not be based off of assumptions, presumptions, and hearsay, right? The courts should be doing what they are supposed to be doing. Everyone should be heard. There should be juries in place. It's not the judge or the attorneys running the show, right? That's how it's supposed to be. Yeah, and that's not how it is in this court. And that's why I started seeking outside, like what else. And I think that these systems are falling, and they will, but they're in place, and there's a lot of power behind it. And the light is exposing. And throughout the ancient times, they've said the light will expose, and the light always wins. But I think there is an angle that we can go in, because we are powerful, and this has been kept from us. So our ancient roots show us that we are powerful and that we are able to do so much more. We've just been limited in our thoughts and our beliefs and our teachings. And so when we tap into that light and the love that we are and that source is, then we will move mountains, like literally. So that's where I'm going with things. And I'm glad that we connected tonight. First it was just my daughter, and yeah, it's cool to come on and just to talk to a couple of people, because I haven't really known who else is on here. I see like a lot of my videos. I was telling my daughter, like, not very many watch, even though I have a lot of subscribers. And then, like on my newer videos too, only people watch very little. And so I've been trying to think, what can I do to improve my content? Or maybe it's just going to be down the road, because I follow other people who are just starting out, and I have connections with them, and it's just a slow going sometimes until maybe a video goes out. And that's only because you want to reach as many people as possible. If you have good content, you know, you want to be inspiring and encouraging. It's not about the numbers or about anything like that. It's just about being one and helping one another. And so that's what I want to do more of. But I just noticed, how can I get more, you know, people to really want to listen? Yes, I agree. Yeah, I tell the story. Well, keep telling your story, because that's what matters. And even like Paul Isaac, he has a song that's, he's like, you know, something about stop telling your story because no one's really listening anyways. But what he's really saying is that it doesn't matter if we think someone's listening or not. What matters is we know our story, and we can create we're the writers of our stories. So don't let other people write the narrative. And even if you're the only one watching, like for me and my show or my channel, if I am watching these videos to see my growth and stuff like that, is helping me to document. I hope it's helping others too. And now I'm connecting with my daughter and stuff like that. And then my two sons, they enjoy making some videos sometimes during our visits. And so that's been fun, and just being creative. So I think it's a memory that we're going to have, and it's going to help them to be creators as well, and co-creators down the road. But even if we just are touching and helping ourselves, because we have to be our own best friends, then we're going to do better. My youngest is 3.5, and then I have, so that's my baby boy. And then I have a 6-year-old who just turned 6, January 13th. And then my youngest daughter is 10 or 11. She just turned 11. She'd be upset if I said that. Yeah, her birthday was the end of December 29th. And then I have a 15-year-old who will be 16 March 26th. And then my eldest is 18. And the CPS stuff has really, I don't want to say destroyed our family, but it's been very destructive in our relationships, in the way that how things are viewed, of what's happened, the truth about things, if the allegations are true and false, decisions I've made in trying to protect them, and how that looks, and being considered, you know, from where they are in their age and what they're being told. It's really hard. Yeah, it's very hard on them. And so being involved in that is, with my counseling degree, anything, it's like being in it and living it out is totally different. And you could never put to words what the experience is. And so I know with my kids and our relationships, some are very strained because of this, and I'm looked at not in the way that I want to be looked at by some. Yeah. I think that in teens it can be really hard, and I think that what I keep reminding myself is that as our kids grow up and they experience things for themselves, because everything does work together, then I think that's where sometimes healing will come in, because sometimes people aren't ready for that, or, you know, there's a lot of healing in everyone's lives. And so we also have to take responsibility, and our kids will have to learn to take responsibility, because we do have a creation in what we experience, to whatever extent that you believe in that. There are things that happen that later, if we don't take responsibility for it, then we can't change it, and we're continue to draw certain things to us. And that can be a touchy subject, especially when things happen that we don't fully understand. And so, like I said, I'm just going from what I'm experiencing and I'm observing and I'm noticing. And so I hope that this helps me and my family and my kids down the road, and then I can help others as I go through this, because it's hard to be seen in such a way when you love your kids so much and you tried to do everything you could and people don't understand. Vulnerable families are being targeted, and when people don't understand the corruption that's going on, and then when you don't understand how energy works and these different universal laws and stuff like that, it's hard. But just going with the corruption in the courts and stuff, so many people are indoctrinated and programmed and conditioned to believe that, yeah, when this stuff happens, that it's the parents that are wrong and bad, and that, how could all these things be happening to so many kids and families, and the foster care, how could it all be involved? And it's really hard because it's so big. The system is so big and the fraud is so big that people just can't fathom that it's going on. And so then it becomes very, very lonely as a parent going through this, or whatever you're going through. Sometimes as a CPS survivor, you don't actually get to grieve because you lose your kids. But I'm learning to grieve by myself, but I'm saying, like, in the normal grieving, you've lost what's dear to you, but people aren't there and helping. It can be a very lonely time, and that's where going inside and starting to love yourself is important, because you're not going to get that, oh, poor, I'm so sorry this happened to you. Not saying poor you or anything, or pity, but like having that compassion and that understanding and someone there for you. It's more like, you deserve this. It's a judgment thing. And that's because these people are unconscious and they actually have a lot of judgment towards themselves. And that energy does come back around to them, but it doesn't take the pain and all that away from us right now. And so that's where I focus on solutions. I love exposing what's going on, but my focus is on how do we rise above this, and in what way. And there's various paths that we can be led down, and I think that they're all helpful. For me, I'm going down this other one, and I'm very thankful for the paperwork I've learned about, and the common law, and the being a secured private party. All the different things that we learn from these different people are so helpful. And I think that getting more and more people to know that this is going on, and plus they are getting too prideful, and so they're going out and attacking more and more people in the courts. You can't hide when so much corruption and darkness is there, and they get so into themselves. I don't know how to write a lawsuit. Kirk's Law Corner and the E-Clause LLC, they do a lot of that, and the remonstrances and stuff like that. I went more down to the road of the habeas corpus default judgments, and there's some other things. I don't always let people know everything that's going on because it's better to wait until later, but there's some other things related that I'm also doing. And then I have some things that are just setting because doors haven't opened, and I just don't know if that's the path that I'm supposed to be on. And so until I'm clear on things, then I'm just kind of waiting. And I'm also seeing what is helping others and stuff like that. And I feel like my path is really to just be encouraging. I'm trying to send people and give them resources for like the paperwork and stuff like that, because that's not my forte. I was going down that, and I was really putting a lot of hours in when this first happened in 2014, and for the first year or two, I was just learning a lot, and it was consuming me, and I was being distracted, and I didn't feel like I was growing. And as I looked around me, it's almost like Groundhog's Day. It just seems like this keeps happening. Yes, people are being more aware of it. Some kids are coming home, but it's still very, very, there's a tight grip on it. And the light is getting brighter, though. And so I think as all of us look and see what our role in this is, and you know, what we're supposed to be doing, what our purpose, our mission is, and we step into that, whether it's just reaching out a hand and loving someone, you know, making people smile. Some of these things are huge to change the energy on this planet, I believe. So anyways, I think I am going to head out. I'm glad that you guys came on. It's been about an hour. Unless you guys have anything else you want to talk about, I don't want to like cut you guys off, because it's been awesome just coming on and talking with you guys. And Stephanie, thank you for being an advocate. We need as many as possible. And then, yeah, I'm sending you both love and light, because being a grandma and raising, you know, your grandkids and stuff like that can be so hard. And I don't know if it's quite advice, but I just want to share, like, what I've learned. It's, you know, just different types of information. Tired often, yeah. So really, I would recommend for myself, like what's helped me is focus on your health right now. Give yourself that nutrition, and, you know, just fasting, detoxing, making sure that your health is in that place where, you know, you want to make sure that you're okay. I'm not giving medical advice or anything like that, but the ancients have used it forever, and just detoxing, fasting is so important, and then just getting proper nutrition. And I believe that nature gives us everything, so we have all of the whole foods that we, you know, are gonna be alive and help us. And then once we start to calm down our autonomic nervous system, the sympathetic nervous system, we will begin to digest and absorb and utilize our food, because that's a big part of it. Is we're in survival mode all the time, this high stress. We aren't able to actually utilize this food, and so yeah, it's not helping us. And then meditation is huge, the breath work is huge, exercise or yoga, stretching has been big for me, because if our lymphatic system isn't working good, then we're not actually getting rid of the acids as we are exercising. I was a gymnast for like 15, 17 years, and I haven't done as much aerobic exercise because I want my system to be getting rid of what it needs to, or it builds up in the body. And so during this raw food diet, I had pineapples the other day. I just noticed, you know, I had a little bit more bags under my eyes, and I was like, oh, I need to make sure I add some more fruit to my diet right now. And I'm just learning more and more about that, because the bags under our eyes show us like whether our adrenals are working, and our adrenals sit on top of our kidneys, and we want both of those functioning. So that's just, I think, would be helpful, you know, for everyone to start focusing on those things. And then we can also just connect with the field by putting focus on that. And another cool guy is Eric Pearl, and he does some of this just connecting. It's not like you have to do any of this aerobic or I'm heavy coffee and sugar drinker and smoker. So yeah, it's up to everyone to decide, are you going to change some of those old habits? Are they serving you? Are they not? You know, there's no judgment there. It's just you get to decide what to do. But like everyone has a different path to walk. And Eric Pearl, he goes about this more like you don't have to do all these different gymnastic acrobat type things to try to connect. You just focus on it, and what you focus on grows. Whereas like Dr. Joe Dispenza, he goes more into our subconscious and our thoughts and our emotions, and Greg Braden and Bruce Lipton and some of these people who are into the conscious awakening. And then, you know, they'll help you in changing the vibration that is around you and in your aura as well. So that's the stretching. The yin yoga has been helping me. And then I've also been doing the tapping, the EFT. You can look up on YouTube, and that might be good for you, is to do some of the tapping exercises. And I'll leave a description in the box if I keep this video on there. I don't know if you guys think it'll be helpful for others, but I can leave this video on, and there's tapping exercises, and there's different points in the body and stretches that can release and activate the energy centers and calm down the nervous system. Yeah, so hopefully the video turned out, the last one cut in a couple spots, so I'll try to keep this one on just for people who want to watch it, because I think it's good myself. So since we got to talk, even if you guys want to come back later and go over it, then it's there for you, because this is what it's about. It's just about connecting with others. And I see there's one other person on there too. So hello, thanks for coming in. We were just talking about ending the video, and then yeah, I will post this, and I will put some things in the description box. I'll probably put a coming soon on it, and then I'll work on getting some of these resources together and put it in the resource box. So if you guys want to come back to this video, then I will have those things added for you about what I'm talking about. So anyways, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening, and I love you guys, and hang in there. We're in this together, and you're not alone in any way. So namaste to you. Have a good one.